One Sheet community. I'm Miss Hernandez. I'm your One Sheet digital learning coach. And in this tip of the week, I'm going to show you how to format your image in Google Slides. So I know a lot of projects are coming up and a lot of students know how to insert a picture, but they may not know how to actually do certain things to adjust it and format. So I'm going to show some quick tips and tricks that may help with that. So the first thing I'm going to show, the first trick to customizing an image in Google Slides is to having the image selected. So what I mean by that is before, if you saw the image was not selected, I know because there was no box around it, like the blue box. But once I click on it, that's how I know the image is selected, because the blue box will show up and it means it's selected and it's good to go. If you notice too, up at the top is where we went ahead and I showed. So right here, up at the top, this changed. So when I clicked on the image, it was one way, and then so let me show you real quick. Let me unclick. Okay, this is how it looks, the toolbar, when the image is not selected. Okay, but when the image is selected, this is how it looks. And these are actually now your formatting options for that image. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this little crop image. Now, if you need to crop an image, most students know how to do that. But you can, if you click the little drop down next to it, crop it into shapes. So let's say I want this image to be, I don't know, the square. I'll click the square and it adjusted it. If you don't like that, that's okay. You can always go undo. Another thing is maybe, let's try out an arrow. See, it makes it like an arrow. So it cropped the image, which is pretty cool. And then if I select in, let's say I do a couple changes, but I'm like, no, I don't like any of that. Just reset the image, it'll go back to how it was before. Another thing that's cool to note is the animate. So let's say you're doing a presentation, you can animate your image to go ahead and fade in and out or do whatever you want it to do when you're presenting. To test it out, you'll click play, and then you can kind of see if you press enter exactly what it would do. It takes you through the steps. So yeah. Another thing you can do, I'm going to close that. If you go to format options, here are all your formatting options that you can try for that image. My favorite one, or one of the ones I use the most when I'm trying to move something or make something small, is I'll usually click lock aspect ratio, and that basically locks the image to stay the same parameters when I'm dragging it or moving it up and down to minimize it. So I like to click that. Always click lock aspect ratio. And then another favorite of mine is the recolor. So you can go ahead and make it different colors, which is cool. And then the position, if you want it to be center, you can center it. And yeah. So I hope these work. It was just a quick little tip of the week in case you didn't know how to do your images or you wanted some more information. You can go ahead and do that. And I hope that was helpful. Another thing you can do, I forgot to mention this, is if you have your image selected, if you do a border, you can always do a border and a border weight to add more customization as well. So you can get really creative with your image if you want. And I hope you enjoyed this tip of the week. Thank you.